What's up you guys, welcome back to the Average Joe Investor channel. In today's video I want to break down for you how I create income every single day from my portfolio by selling options, but most importantly how I do so in less than 10 minutes every single day. We're currently 1 week into our big family road trip across the country, going to national parks, visiting historical monuments, having a ton of fun along the way. And the truth is, I'm also able to manage my portfolio while I'm on the road in less than 10 minutes every single day. Before I walk through how I manage my positions on a daily basis, let me just make sure and level set here, what is my income strategy? I utilize both IWM, which is the Russell 2000 ETF, and the NASDAQ 100, which is QQQ. And I sell daily options. I utilize two specific strategies. The wheel strategy, which is a combination of selling cash secured puts and selling covered calls, again on a daily basis. And I also utilize what's known as the poor man's covered call strategy, which is similar to a covered call strategy, but instead of owning 100 shares of the underlying stock or ETF, instead what I'm doing is creating a synthetic position where instead of owning the shares, I purchase what's known as a leaps option, which is a call option, which expires months into the future, perhaps even years into the future. And because it's so deep in the money, the value of that option moves very similar to the actual underlying stock. Currently, as you can see right here, I own 300 shares of IWM, with which I utilize a traditional covered call strategy right now. I also have $34,000 in cash right here, just under $35,000. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different poor man's covered call leaps options with IWM. These are essentially the same as owning approximately 600 shares of IWM. And then right here I have 2 poor man's covered calls with QQQ. So in total you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different options contracts that I manage on a daily basis. You can see that right here. I've got my IWM covered call right here, which is at the 203 strike price, and there are 9 of those, as you can see right here. And then for QQQ, I have this covered call right here, which is 2 contracts. So 9 plus 2, 11 different options contracts that I update and manage on a daily basis. One thing I want to make very clear here is I do not sit in front of this laptop or my phone and constantly look at my position on a daily basis. I don't have time for that, and I'm sure you don't either. I don't manage my own position except for at the end of trading every single day. Normally for me that means right around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, since I'm normally in California, I will log into my account and see what has happened for the day. Remember, as an options seller, what I want to have happen is I want my options contracts to go down in value. I sell them for a certain price and I want them to go down as close to 0 as possible. So ideally when I log in close to end of trading, I would like to see my options contracts be worth nearly 0 or have been automatically closed out because I'd already previously placed a buy to close order to close those at $1 per contract. So in a perfect world, I'd log in and see that all of my contracts have been bought to close for $1. Sometimes that happens, sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes I need to actively roll those option contracts out to a future day. Now, I've talked a lot about how to roll your contract, and essentially just as a quick reminder, when I talk about rolling options contracts, I mean I am simultaneously buying to close my existing positions and then also opening up new ones. Definitely at a further out expiration date. For me, it's always the next day, and also a potential change in the strike price. Now, currently it's 8:30 in the morning and the market's just open, and as you can see here, IWM is a red day right now. It's actually down about 1%, and my options contract here is worth $1 now. It's going to get closed out here very soon. But let's pretend that it's at the end of trading today and I've logged in to manage my accounts. I'll come in here to the 203 strike price, and if I hadn't already closed it, I would go here for the IWM contract. I would go to roll or buy to close. Since we're at the beginning of the day and I want to see what's going to happen throughout the day, I'm going to actively buy to close my position and open up a new one later in the day. So I would come in here, go to buy to close, enter my limit price, which is going to be $1 per contract, and preview order, and then hit place order. And just like that, that covered call is actually gone for the day. Now I still have a QQQ, poor man's covered call right here, which I need to actively enter a buy to close order to make sure it closes for $1. I'll enter that here, $1, and I'll make sure, and that's time in force for today, preview that order, and then place it. Now, that order is not going to fill right away because you can see the market price is actually $6 to $7 right now. But essentially every day when I come to log in at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, one of 3 different situations is going to be present. Number one, my existing contracts have already been bought to close because the market has not moved against me that day, in which case I go in and I look to open new positions for the following day. Generally for me, I will look to target around $15, $20, $25 per contract for my 11 contracts, and I will open up those new positions at that time. So in this case, if we're looking at IWM, I would say, okay, my contract's already gone. I would come into the option chain for IWM, find tomorrow's expiration, so we'll minimize that to June 12th. I'll come over here and find the strike price that gets me about $20 in premium. So right now, that would be right here at the 205 strike price. I would go to that. I would open up a new position, enter my quantity, which is 9 for IWM, which would be around 25. I'd preview my order and I'd go ahead and submit it with the goal again of collecting between $15 and $25. It only takes me about 30 seconds to 1 minute, maybe 5 minutes maximum, to manage this process for each of these stocks. So again, the first scenario is where your option contracts are worth nearly zero because the market has not moved against you, or they've actively already been bought to close because you'd previously submitted an order. That's perfect, best case scenario, right? The alternative is the market has moved against you in some way, shape, or form, and your option contract is not worthless but needs to be actively rolled to a future day to avoid assignment. And in that situation, I would come in here. Let's just use the QQQ example here. Let's say that it's the end of trading here, and I would look to roll my contract. This is the order form for rolling here. I would enter the following day, June 12th. I'd pick a strike price right here, right around the 15 delta. So we'll go to, I don't know, 466. That's way too much here. Let's go to 470. Market's a little bit inflated today because of economic reports coming out, but let's just pick a number here. Let's go 472. And I would pick that number here and I would go ahead and enter my order, preview order, and submit. It doesn't take very long, and the reason why it doesn't take long, whether the market has moved against me or the market has moved in the way I think it's going to, is I have very clear rules on how I'm going to manage my strategy. I have a daily income goal of right around $20 to $25 per contract, and I'm either going to collect that $20 to $25 per contract, or I have to actively manage my existing contract to avoid assignment, in which case I roll it out to the following day. And even if I have to do so at a net debit, meaning I have to pay money that particular day to move my contracts out, it's very simple and straightforward. My rules are very clear, so there's no emotion built into managing those contracts. I log in 15 minutes before markets close, manage my contracts, submit them, move on to the next day. And I've been tracking my results here since December of 2023, and it's now June, and I've consistently made somewhere between $3,500 to $6,000 every single month, managing my contracts on a daily basis for 5 to 10 minutes. So if you're close to retirement, already retired, looking to generate more income in your own portfolio, you have $20, $30, $50, $100,000, and you're looking for ways to create income in your portfolio, this is a great strategy that it doesn't require you to actively look at your screens all day while the market's open. And the strategy is very simple and repeatable for all investors. If you want to learn more about replicating this strategy or something very similar to it, check out the Average Joe Investor Patreon community. There's a link down in the description below. You can be part of the Average Joe Investor Discord chat, or learn from other like-minded DIY investors who are running this strategy or strategies very similar to it. Or alternatively, if you want to learn more from me, work with me one-on-one to answer your questions and actually get started selling options in your own portfolio, check out the Average Joe Investor exclusive access and VIP access, where you get one-on-one time with me, like I said, to answer any and all questions and walk through your understanding and comprehension of this strategy. To learn more, check out the links down in the description below. Hopefully you found some value in this video. Make sure to leave your 2 cents down in the comments below. It's my goal to respond to as many comments as possible on the day I upload a new video. That's all I got for you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.